Okay, well, I just recorded an entire 20-minute video and none of it recorded. So, starting again, this is our channel. I'm Tiffany. I'm doing this channel with my best friend Lisa, and we are here to just kind of tell you things that we love and educate you guys on things that are around us. And so, that was my first learning lesson that I need to check to see if my video is actually going or not. And so, I'm going to redo it all. And one of the things that I love is real estate. And I am in a community called The Fields here in Frisco, Texas, which is north of Dallas, Texas, if that gives you any inkling of where we are. And it's about 30 minutes north. So on a good day without traffic. But The Fields is really being touted and Frisco in general as one of the best places to live. And it's new construction, and it's stunning. And they've talked about this as a real equity run. So kind of that they're calling it like a 50-year neighborhood where if you build here now and you wait until what is called Fields West is built, then you're going to get some pretty insane equity. And so that is the reason I decided to build here, is because I like to not just buy a house because I want to live there, but try to have multiple avenues of financial wealth and wealth building. And so I rented out my other house and built over here. And so far I've loved it. And it's got great community. I'm going to kind of talk to you about what the HOA does for us. And I'm going to tell you about the builders and what's coming, which is Fields West. We're going to also talk about the preserve. The preserve, I believe, is probably going to be the wealthiest community in all of Texas once it's all built out. And we're going to go over that a little bit later in the video. But I wanted to kind of point out some of the builders here and what they're offering. So the first one is right here. It's Darling. And Darling, they're on a smaller lot, but it is a full-on house. It's a 35-foot lot. And they're, in the 700s, maybe low 800s. And then you've got Shattuck, which is the White House right next to it. Shattuck's on a 40-foot lot. They're at 900 and over a million, million one, million, yeah, million 50, 1.1. But it's beautiful, stunning. You can pick all your upgrades if you build. They also have specs. Specs you're going to get a better deal on, because once it's already built, you may not get to pick the design, but they want to get off their books. And so they start wheeling and dealing. And then you've got Olivia Clark. She's right there, the one painted black, and that's actually two because it's townhomes and they've got a shared wall. But the cool thing about that is they're still, the two stories are close to 2,500 square feet. You can get 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. You can get 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. They all have 2 car garages. And you can get it in the 700s. So I've actually been telling people recently that's really the way to go. And I'm going to tell you more about that. I want to point out Huntington. So here in the Fields, you can get in the low 700s. Huntington, which is beautiful, they actually got Model Home of the Year. They go up to 3 million, and that's totally, packed out. And they don't have any builds left because they're really getting close to not having any lots left. But they've already started speccing out the rest of theirs, and they're going to be in the $2 million range. So Huntington, you can't get in under 2 million anymore. But as far as Olivia Clark and those townhomes, I was telling somebody the other day, you could come into the Fields in the low 700s. You get a beautiful house, and you live here 3 to 5 years. Let that equity build, because again, it's going to be one of the biggest equity runs we've ever seen. Then you could either cash that equity out or sell, take your equity that just naturally earned itself and buy your dream home. Put that as a down payment on your dream home. You did not have to earn that money. That money accumulated over time. And so I believe that is a house hack. That is a real viable thing for people that maybe need to start in a starter home and then gain their way up to that dream home with a bigger down payment. And there's nothing better than really being able to buy your dream home with a down payment that you didn't have to go and actually work hours for dollars to save up to then get that dream home. So I wanted to bring you over here. Behind me is our amenity center. It's a $14 million amenity center. It's got 2 pools, and it's got an upper pool and a lower pool, and the upper pool kind of has that infinity edge. It's really pretty. It's got a full-on gym with all the latest and greatest workout equipment, and it's got a business center. It's really beautiful. But this doesn't look like much, but ripped up land. This is going to be what's called the chain of lakes when they fill it. It actually filled up once because we had a huge rain and they had all the excavating equipment down there, and it all got filled up, and the excavation equipment was under all the water, and they had to wait for it to dry out and drain, which was really funny to watch. But eventually all of this, and that bridge will be a bridge over the lake, and you'll be able to go down that row all the way. I don't know if you can see it way down there. There's a white wall. There's another bridge down there, and you can go under the bridge. There's a hole, whether it's a golf cart or you walking, and that's where Fields West is going to be. And Fields West is a mixed-use commercial development that is going to be epic, and I believe it will be the absolute epicenter of Frisco when it's built. It's going to have all kinds of luxury shopping. It's going to have luxury eating. It's going to have coffee shops and places to work out, twinkle lights along the water, an outdoor amphitheater for live music. It's going to have the Ritz-Carlton and a few other hotels. It's going to be massive. There's going to be, condos you can rent and apartments you can rent that are literally right on that main street of Fields West. I don't know if you've ever heard of Legacy West in Plano, but it's the same architect, and it's going to be 2.5 times bigger. One of the things that he regrets that he didn't get to do at Legacy West was more outdoor space and water and grass, and so they have really implemented that in to Fields West, and so I'm really excited about it. And we're hosting the World Cup in 2026, and so they're trying to get all this done for our travel industry before then, all the hotels. So I know that phase 1 of Fields West should be completed by 2026. They're already excavating. We're also getting a Universal Studio on the other side of the highway. But back to Brookside, that's why all this is going to be so valuable, is because you're sitting in an area that doesn't have, we're North Frisco, and at some point, if you are drawn to that urban feel where you like walkability, there's not a lot of that here in Frisco. And so there's some in downtown Frisco, but there's just not a lot in downtown Frisco anymore. And here you're going to be able to walk to get whatever you want. And so there's a real draw, and that's why you're paying more price per square foot, because once that's built, all of the values are going to go up. So the people that are buying now are going to get to be able to cash in on that, which is the reason I did it. I just think that there's a lot of wisdom in that. And so you also have Toll Brothers, which is right here on the corner, and they build on the 60s and 70-foot lots. And then you have the smaller Toll Brothers that build on the 50-foot lots. You've also got Britain, who I built with, and they are on the 50-foot lots and the 60-foot lots, and they build a beautiful product. One of the cool things about Britain is they offer a 2-year craftsmanship warranty, and all the other builders only offer a 1-year. And so it is a little bit of a difference, but I just like that added value. They're family owned, they're debt free. All that really matters when it comes to quality. So I'm gonna walk over here and try to show you guys the preserve. The preserve, when Mr. Fields, that's the name of this whole development, is the Fields. And when Mr. Fields owned all of this, it was about 2,500 acres. And when he passed away, the developer was able to buy it. And when he did, he went to the PGA of America that was in Florida, and he proposed to them to move here and build the PGA here. We've got great topography. It's hilly, and it's got great trees, and it's got these rivers that run through it. Maybe not rivers, maybe streams is a better word. but it just has really great topography. And we've tried to keep a lot of that, and even keeping with the same foliage that Texas naturally grows. But and they said yes, so they moved here, and this whole thing is built around the PGA. And so the preserve sits on the PGA, so it's kind of a peninsula. So a lot of the houses are going to have golf course views. So like when Tiger Woods is, or Jordan Spieth is walking around golfing, they're going to be able to see it from their backyards. So this is kind of the expansive view. There's the bridge that we saw from way over there. All of this is going to be a big old lake, and there's going to be a path that goes all the way around it. And then if you see that peak way out there, that's the preserve. And it kind of sits up on a hill, which is going to give it great views. But the preserve is 100% custom. And there's, I think, 7 to 10 builders in the phase 1. There's 200 lots and ish. But basically the difference here is in Brookside South, when you purchase, you do a deposit, and you pay some for your designs, your design upgrades. But at the end of the day, you pay for the bulk of your purchase when you close on the house and move in. With the preserve, it's a little different. You go and pick a lot, and the builders own the lots. So you need to pick your builder and your lot at the same time, because you want to pick your builder as well. You close on the lot, so it's yours. You own that lot. And then it's a 2-year build plan, essentially. But what's cool about it is you literally sit down with the architect and you build the exact house you want. And so it's 100% custom. They'll build you your dream house. And I love that, because the preserve, to get in, you're looking at least $4 million at the base. And the highest price point so far that has sold in the preserve is $45 million. So you can definitely see that it's an elite status of income earners that will be able to live in there. And it is gated and guarded, which is really nice. But it's going to be luxury upon luxury. So they're going to have house concierge, something simple like maybe you're at work and your groceries got delivered at a time that you thought you were going to be home and they're not. So maybe you call the concierge and they're able to go put them up in your house. Just different things. There's lots of luxury over there. And a couple of the builders, I know them pretty well, and they're just building a really great product. Ventura is one of them. And I really think what they've got lots of different homes happening, but part of what they have are called villas, and they're on a smaller lot, but they're very California looking. So they're 2 levels and 3 levels, and then they have a rooftop where you can go and have a whole living area on your rooftop and just see Frisco for miles. And then they also have a unique offering where it's front porches, huge front porches, almost like Tuscany, where you have like the huge outdoor table with twinkle lights. And it's meant to bring people out to meet their neighbors and to have relationship and community. That's such a huge deal here in Frisco, is community and people really getting to know each other and interacting. And people are kind out here and they're friendly, but it's super community oriented. And I was going to tell you guys about the HOA here. The fields is all one HOA, and what you pay, I think for Brookside South, it's like $2,600 a year, but it includes everything. And they have activities all the time. So things we've done, they had pumpkin painting for the kids. They had pumpkin photo shoot. They had a Greek night where they had all this Greek food and an open bar with bartenders, and everybody got to come and meet everybody and interact and build friendships and get out of your house, because so many times we just stay stuck in our homes and you don't know anyone. They had a Kona, a snow cone truck come out for the kids to while they were at the pool. They had night swimming with a movie playing on this big jumbo screen. Just so many fun things. They had yoga, sunset yoga. And they've got so much more planned. So it's a lot of fun, and they do a really great job of bringing in the community. So if that's something that you guys have really wanted, is to be in community and have your kids meet people and meet other kids and play outside, this is really a great area to do that. It's super safe. And again, you're getting that added on equity. Now, the one thing you're giving up by living here is the amount of property you're going to get. So the lots are not huge. You can pay a premium and get a little bit of a bigger one, but you're going to be closer to your neighbor. And so just know that I think it's 5 feet per house. So it's 10 foot altogether in between a lot of the homes. And it is what it is. So I would rather take 10 feet in between my house now in order to gain that equity that I'm not having to work for. It's just naturally happening. And then I can go get whatever I want, or if I can stay here if I want. So it definitely gives you options, but just know that that's one thing you do give up is we're a little bit close in here, but it still feels comfortable. It feels friendly. And I haven't met anyone I don't like yet. So that's a good thing. But, so that's kind of where we are. Frisco, like I said earlier, is 30 minutes from Dallas on a non-traffic day. We're 20 minutes from Dallas Fort Worth Airport, probably 40 minutes to Love Field, the other airport. Love Field's a lot smaller, so it doesn't really matter that it's a little bit further away because it's quick in and out. You've got Prosper and Salina right north of us, which they're building as well. You can get a lot more house for your money out in Salina. It's just a little further out. So Salina is probably 45 minutes to Dallas with no traffic. So it kind of, this area really panders to that person that kind of wants that urban feel. I like it. I want to be able to drive my golf cart or walk and get a cup of coffee with friends, or go hear some live music and then walk home or ride my golf cart home. I just like that interaction. I like not having to go far, and everything's right here. So they're calling it a 15-minute community where you can get anything that you need within 15 minutes. And it doesn't even need to be in a car if you don't want it to be. So we're really excited about Fields West being built. And of course, Universal Studios. That's a unique park that they've actually not built anything like that before. It's, I think, 6 years to 12-year-olds. And so it's a smaller park. It won't have much of an impact as far as traffic or anything because they've routed it to when you exit Universal, it routes you onto the highway instead of through any neighborhoods. So anyway, that's the Fields, and I wanted to show it to you guys because it's a great way to build and gain equity, be in a wonderful environment. Our schools are epic. They are the top. It's hard to get better schools than Frisco, and a lot of people move here specifically